What's going on, everybody? It's Frito here for Your Overwatch. This time, we're going to be talking about Zarya damage dealing. Yes, she's a bit of a hybrid, not purely a tank, not purely a DPS, but definitely can do a lot of impact damage. Now, the first video I made about Zarya was all about getting her shield timings right, as I pop one on our battle Rhino as he goes in for action, keeping him alive and giving me tons of charge so I can set up Kobe shots from miles away onto fleeing McCree's. You'll want to watch that first video first, because getting the shields right sets up Zarya in order to deal her damage, but here I want to talk about how to dish it out. Now, when you're shooting as Zarya, you'll have to make the decision, do you beam or do you bomb? And generally speaking, you almost always want to beam because it's just more reliable, easier to hit, more ammo efficient because you have to keep reloading all the time. You're not going to be outputting as much damage overall. You just always want to keep in mind what your main priority always is. If there's a diva on the field, you're one of the few characters that actually can shoot through it, so you're going to want to melt that mech. But even though your beam does more DPS and is more damage efficient, you can toss in bombs to hit multiple targets, to bobble them up in the air, throwing off their aim, but more importantly, to extend your effective range. Now, some of these shots look like they're pretty good, but in reality, I think the aiming style that's required to achieve them aren't as difficult as it might seem. At first, when I started learning Zarya, I felt like I didn't know where her projectile was going, and it actually took me quite a while in order to master it and feel normal shooting it. What you're really trying to aim is the splash damage from the bomb you're going to drop. Yes, you can perfectly line up a target and hit them directly with it as if it's a rocket, but that's not the best use of it because you're far more likely to hit the shot if you aim at their feet. That's the secret of it. And since you're not really the main damage dealer anyway, I don't think it's best actually to focus yourself in trying to get direct hits all the time. I think the secret to mastering the projectile is actually to realize how straight it does go. At medium range, you can more or less put your crosshair on the thing you're shooting at, and it'll arc down and hit them in the feet with no problem. Now, we're at the closer range like this, you actually want to aim down, because as you saw, the Mercy who was diving the cart to contest it, the bomb whizzed right past her face. So really, I should have been beaming there, but I just kind of was feeling myself, because I was hitting so many projectile shots already in that whole section, so I kept going for them. But the better way to shoot the projectile there is to compensate low, because she was close to me. When they're at medium range, you can more or less aim directly at them because the bomb will arc, drop to their feet, and then as they get further and further away, you can sort of tank shell it far away at a high angle. But here starts a segment of me and Liam playing a little game we call Kill the Mercy. I got her down to half health in the ball of enemies. I back up to protect myself. He comes around the back and finishes her off. And we're going to continuously attempt to rob her of her lunch money every time she tries to come to our side of the cafeteria. I think it's important to note that most characters in Overwatch actually do shoot. Most of them do deal some damage. So when you're playing these roles that are in the spam battle, Zarya, Lucio, Zen, that you might not necessarily think directly are the damage dealers, you still need to focus on your DPS prioritization, because a lot of the main damage dealers need follow-up to their shots, and that's where you come in. You might not be the biggest damage dealing hero in the team comp, but your ability to hit shots and pick the right targets is massive. Now notice we actually are up in this fight. We have a couple picks, so we pretty freely can fight them. However, they are close to respawn. So anytime you have a 1 or 2 man advantage, you have an opportunity to exploit while there's still that window of their teammates being down. With that being the case though, we don't overcommit because our team really isn't fast enough to get in and out of that fight. Using the Zarya shields and bombs, we utilize Tracer to go into their formation and take out Mercy and then back out when we still have a chance without overcommitting. Keeping the Mercy down and making it hard for her to charge res. Here, Eddie actually gets in a Roadhog battle and the Mercy comes to pocket him, and unfortunately I have to let my friend Eddie die because if I just continuously focus the Roadhog with him, there's a chance Mercy out-heals us and then then she charges up her res and revives him anyway. As soon as you see Mercy on your screen, you should shift your attention to trying to deal damage to her. One of the worst decisions you can make in Overwatch is to damage into a tank when healers are nearby healing them. The healers are their lifeline. You're not actually going to confirm the kill if you just keep spamming into the tank. You have to kill the healers. Health is a resource, and cutting off the healers is like blockading the supply lines for reinforcements. Now, the whole concept of target prioritization is really sticky. It's case-by-case basis, and I think it's good for us to continuously mention it and try to make videos dedicated to it if we can, because healers aren't always the most crucial aspect on the map. Back when Zen's Discord was so good, he definitely was. Not so much now, I'd say. Sometimes there might be key DPS targets that you need to focus because they wipe out your team too quickly for it to matter. And if you waste time tracking down the supports, those DPSs might just finish off your team and you'll lose the fight anyway. But in our estimation right now, if the enemy team does have a Mercy, robbing them of their res value is the key to victory at that point, because res is so powerful that you can completely flip an engagement into their favor. And it feels bad to make another video where we abuse Mercies. We just did this yesterday with Winston. I'm sorry, Mercy players. I'm really sorry. It is a hard life as a Mercy, but this just goes to show that if you pick Mercy, you better be in a team stack, because your character has just so much value attached to her that she's going to have to get focused. You have to have the mobility to run away and teammates that are going to protect you. Anyway, enough tangents about support character abuse. I hope this guide helped you maximize your DPS potential when playing Zarya. She is a bully type character that can just take duels confidently if you're lethal with her weapon. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. It really does help us out and we appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button because we upload to this YouTube channel each and every day. Follow us on Twitter at YourOverwatchYT for stream announcements, updates, and other cool things that we post. Check out our Discord server. A lot of our fans were able to team up in there and find similar rank, like-minded individuals that want to play Overwatch the right way in a group. That's all linked in the description. That's been it for me. I've been Frito for Your Overwatch. I'll see you guys next time.